Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a absolutely stunning looking car. This is for a Honda Civic 2-litre Type R in Championship White. As you can see here, it's got a few bits on it. It looks like what they call a GP pack, which is this black front and rear diffuser. It's also got black painted alloys on the car, which look absolutely stunning, and the high level rear Mugen wing on the car as well. I'll go around the car for you, but it is very clean. Front of the car, apart from a couple of flies that decided to attach themselves to the front, is incredibly clean. A couple of stone chips on the bonnet which have been touched in previously by the last customer, but they're hidden very well, but only tiny. I'm being mega critical on it, so please do bear that in mind. But all the bumper corners absolutely pristine. Come down the offside of the vehicle first. Absolutely mirror smooth in the panel work, very clean in the original car. Front offside alloy, absolutely unmarked, absolutely wonderful. Although I did see a tiny little chip just on the spoke there, so I do apologise, it was one there. And then down the remainder of the panel work, which as I said is very clean and tidy. Rear offside alloy, again beautiful condition. And this wonderful angle for this car, it looks absolutely fantastic, it really does. Parking sensors fit to this car, all working perfectly, colour coded of course to the car. Then you can see down low, you've got this low black diffuser as well. But again, the back end of the car is in beautiful condition, it really is. Finally, to go on to the offside, near side of the vehicle, again incredibly clean in the panel work, very clean and tidy car. Rear rings untouched, rear near side alloy, again absolutely immaculate, and then the panel work is wonderful. Finally, near side front alloy, again really clean, just a couple of very tiny marks right on the outside edge of the rim, but nothing that detracts from the car at all. But overall, a sensational looking car in really lovely condition. Just come into the boot area now, in absolutely fantastic condition as well. All the carpeted areas, back of the seats there, look really beautifully kept. Obviously 60/40 fold in the rear seats. Also got this little hidden recess here on the Hondas. Very clever design. Just give it a yank back, drop it down, and you've got another 6 or 7 inches of boot space there. Front passenger door card looks pretty much as new, in all honesty. So it's been kept just beautifully. Not all Type R's are kept as well as this one. Get into the wrong hands, but so whoever's had this car's absolutely nurtured it. Full set of obviously original Honda mats, and they're all again in fantastic condition. Passenger seat, again in wonderful condition. Bolsters are all in fantastic order, no marks on those at all. Let's go into the back for what it's worth, because it doesn't really look as though the back seats have ever been sat in, or hardly at all, because they're in fantastic condition as well. Coming to the driver's side, again all absolutely beautiful condition. It's a repeated theme I'm afraid, but it merits it. All the panel work, all the panels being kept very nicely. It's not to say there isn't any wear in them, of course there is, but compared to most, it's far better. The driver's seat and the bolsters, again in absolutely fantastic condition. So sat inside the car now, just to pan around the dashboard for you, but to all intents and purposes it looks pretty much as new, and is a wonderful dashboard. See there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. All the controls, all the switch gears in fantastic order, it really is. Got a little Type R number plaque there as well. But as I said, someone hasn't just owned this, they've really cared for the car. I've just panned into the dashboard, hopefully you can see there. Oops, daisy. 60,974 miles and no warning lights on the dashboard at all. and a fantastic dashboard. When you sit in the car, you should sit yourself up so it's kind of in this position, so the steering wheel rim is sort of sat between the two major readouts there, but it's just a wonderful dashboard to sit and look at. Obviously multifunction steering wheel, auto lights and auto wipers, and obviously on this particular car you've got the hands-free telephone system, which works perfectly on the car, which forms part of the sat-nav system as well. But overall we're looking at a car that's in absolutely fantastic condition. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic Championship White Type R. The car's registered CV59TBX, and mileage at the start of this road test is 60,967 miles. The reason we do the road test is very simple. We just want customers to actually see the cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues on the car, we can and we will relay them back to you. Worth pointing out that the video is also done on the same very, very quiet country roads just outside our premises, so hopefully it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive on the vehicle. The car itself, as you know from the advert, it's been a very well maintained car, and that's obvious. You know, as soon as you drive the vehicle, it feels very tight and taut in every single way. Engine starts first, push a button. I mean, these are simply fantastic engines. You know, they'll go down in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest engines made, and not just for the reliability of the unit, the longevity of them, but also just the way they operate. They're just utterly docile at speeds like this, but have a wonderful soundtrack and performance further through the rev range. It's a really astonishing engine. The engine is as sweet as any you'll ever drive. It's just a wonderful unit. It's quick, it's flexible, no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Temperature gauge, and the engine's been running for some time now, is running at a third, which is exactly where it should be. And given the fact that it's nearly 20 degrees outside, it's certainly up to full operating temperature. But yeah, a great engine, it really is. Engine then feeds clutch into gearbox. Clutch on the car, smooth, positive. Bite point is exactly where it should be. So all in very fine order. Gearbox on the vehicle, one of the greatest gearboxes you'll ever get to operate, in all honesty. It's a simply brilliant box. It should be, as this one is, short, snappy, beautifully weighted. Synchro mesh should engage every gear absolutely perfectly, which this one does. But what that doesn't tell you is just what an amazing gearbox it is to use. It feels like the gear stick is just going straight down into the gearbox underneath, which it isn't, of course. It's further up in front there. But such is the brilliance with which Honda do these things, you'd swear blind it was, because it feels fantastically mechanical to use. And for those who enjoy their driving, which is kind of the whole point of the Type R, this is the perfect gearbox for this particular vehicle. And this just exhibits absolutely no wear in the linkage at all. It feels pretty much as new. It's just a wonderful gear change. So in terms of the powertrain in the vehicle, engine, clutch and gearbox, absolutely faultless. I've driven enough of this breed of car, from very low mileage to very high mileage, to know a worn one from a good one, and this one's right at the top of the tree in terms of the good ones. It's a wonderful powertrain. Steering of the car, lovely and precise. Track's absolutely bullet straight. There's absolutely no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all, which is a bit of a pate to mine, in all honesty. But it is what it is. It's an incredibly quick, direct power steering system. Very accurate indeed. It's designed for sort of millimetre approaches to apexes and racetracks if necessary, and it works brilliantly. It really does. It's not so quick that it's nervous, but it just makes the whole car feel incredibly alive when you drive it. It's perfectly tuned to the rest of the chassis, in all honesty. It exhibits absolutely no wear through the system as well. It just feels just solid, absolutely solid. Same goes for the suspension of the vehicle. What I'm listening out for is any kind of clonks or bangs from underneath the vehicle in terms of suspension wear. But again, nothing at all. You know, they are firm riding cars, there's no getting away from it, but they're perfectly comfortable on road surfaces like this. It's only the sort of the sharper ridges that catch it out, which, giving its sporty pretensions, is exactly what you'd expect it to be. But what that then gives you is a sharpness of chassis, virtually unmatched in its class. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing to sit behind and drive. Brakes on the car, a lovely solid brake pedal, and there's no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedals at all in very, very fine order. God, that is just an amazing engine. It really, really is, and that's not even at the red line. Wow, what a unit! What a unit that is. I mean, I'm travelling 60 miles an hour here, by the way, and it's all actually very quiet in here. And again, that suggests things like windscreen seal, door seals, all in good order. Pedal positioning is really great as well, so you can heel and toe if you're into that kind of thing very, very easily indeed on them as well. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just want to show you it. I don't normally drive like that, by the way, just to show it's an operation. But yeah, absolutely astonishing car. Looking around inside the vehicle, obviously this is a big spec car. I mean, the championship whites are sought after, as you'll know from the exterior stuff. Someone's spent plenty of money on it, but they've nurtured this car because the interior is one of the very, very best I've seen. Obviously, again, when it was new, they spent additional money on the sat-nav system on the vehicle. That's working absolutely perfectly as well. But it's just such a fantastic dashboard to sit behind, and it's in lovely condition. The sat-nav, it's a high-up display, dead easy to read. Then you get the centre console part here. Again, all nice and high, very simple to read as well, very simple to use. Air conditioning, pumping out absolutely ice cold air, so it's all functioning exactly as it should. And then my favourite part of the dashboard, this brilliant two-tier design, which especially in cars like this with its its sporty nature, you get up to speed very quickly indeed. It can catch you out, so hence the importance of having a very, very clear speedo. The fact that it's so high up means I can clearly look at the car in front, but keep my eyes on my speed out the corner of my eye without having to take my eyes off the road for more than a millisecond, and it just works brilliantly. Then down below that, got a huge rev counter, big dominating, obviously up to the 8,000 red line, all the way through to 9,000 on the gauge there, all working absolutely perfectly. And obviously with the Type R's, you've got that lovely kind of red hue to it as well. Just a fantastic dashboard to sit behind, and it's, I say, all working absolutely beautifully. The car itself, I think this is going to be a very sought after car. I mean, it already is, but certainly years to come on the classic car market. Modern classics are very much in vogue at the moment, and this has got all the hallmarks of one that's going to sit beautifully in that. It's a beautiful example of a sought after car, but with some very, very nice additional bits which add to the car's value rather than detract in any way. The point of the video was to pick up on anything at all, and I'm struggling to pick up on a single thing on it. The thing I would say, possibly, if I'm mega critical, over really rough road surfaces, and I'm talking really rough ones because I haven't heard anything on the test drive at all. The rear spoiler, it might have a bit of a sort of a dunk 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 from it occasionally. Whether that's the adjustable flap, I don't know. I can hear something, but it's nothing that detracts. And I said, in all the driving I've done whilst on the test drive, it hasn't done it at all. It's just on the sort of the bumpier road I have to go down to get to the